Hello everyone, ladies and gentlemen, viewers of the DRMBalmer channel. Today I have something a bit different, which you haven't looked too much into before on this channel, but the thing is that I'm often working here in my sort of work bench room area, and this is the area where I also have my overclocking open bench system. So let's have a look at it. There it is. Yes, currently it's not running, but there are a few other machines here running, and well, basically there is like a UPS or two. One of the UPSs has a pretty bad fan. There's another computer in this room, and yeah, there are things with fans here basically running, and that produces an unwanted level of background fan noise. And well, at first I only used the built-in microphone on the phone that I'm using. I started out this channel using the Huawei P20 Pro phone, and now I'm on a Xiaomi Note 10 Pro. But also at first I used the built-in microphone on that as well, but now I'm trying to use the Boya external microphone M3, I believe it's called something. I don't have the name actually of it on the top of my head, but it's a microphone, lavalier microphone, that looks something like this. And it's a USB-C microphone. I place it on my shirt, and it's what I'm using right now. However, the lavalier microphone is not it has no noise cancelling, for instance, and also no other features other than being the microphone it is. And I saw an opportunity on ReviewClub where I could be chosen to test one of these, and I signed up and I was chosen. And if we are lucky, it will be maybe a good microphone for the overclocking series, for instance, where we have the test bench system running as well with its fans and stuff like that, and just in general for all kinds of content on this channel. But we don't know if it's a good microphone or not, and that's what we will try to find out. So it's a JBL, and sound is survival, it says. I suppose that's an interesting type of statement. But this is the Quantum Stream Talk model, and I believe this is about $45–50 equivalent when new. So my assignment is to test this microphone and supply an objective and honest review, and that is exactly what I intend to do. So I haven't currently paid anything for it, but if I understand correctly, then after having tested it, I can either buy it at some price, I don't know which price yet in that case, or if I don't like it or don't want to keep it, then I can send it back. So what does the box say? Well, let's have a closer look. Optimized for PC. So I'm often using my phone for recording, but of course the sound could be recorded through another PC and the video separately. That would be possible. Also works great with PlayStation P4, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, and Mac. As we all know, I don't own a Nintendo Switch, I don't own a PlayStation, and I don't own any Mac. However, if it works with a Nintendo Switch and PlayStation, maybe it could work with a smartphone. What else does it say? USB condenser microphone for streaming, recording and gaming. Super cardioid polar pattern. I'm not sure exactly what that would mean. It's supposedly a red dot winner in 2023. What else to say? So it is a USB type A or 3.5mm or USB type C, as I understand it. I don't know if it's only USB-C over there or also on the other end of the USB lead, but we shall open it up and see. On the back side we have some more information. Super cardioid voice pickup pattern. I suppose it has to do with how the microphone is picking up sound from which directions. Shock absorber for shock noise reduction. Well, that is nice in case I manage to hit the microphone when I am moving about. Voice monitoring with easy control of volume. The recording volume, I suppose, so that could be, of course, nice. Press to mute button with the LED ring indicator. JBL Quantum Engine compatibility. I don't know what that is, but I suppose it's some kind of software, maybe for PC. I don't know if there is some app for smartphones. And it's good for Twitch and also Open Broadcaster Software, OBS. Yeah, and it says over here, JBL Quantum Engine PC software is available for Windows 10 and 11. USB port and internet connection for installation on PC is required. That's good to know, and also printed with soy ink. Alright, so enough of that. Let's rip this open, or actually cut it open. Let me fetch a knife, and we shall so I haven't opened it yet. It's sealed here, as you can see, and let me just, that should do it. Okay, at the very top here we have some paperwork. A lot of it. We have some something maybe in Mandarin or something, and then we have JBL Quantum Let's see what it says. Welcome to the JBL Quantum family. Yes, we can register and stuff. Okay. We have a quick start guide and we have a warranty card. Yeah, this is basically pointless stuff. So this heap of papers in the year of 2024 must have been able to be sort of excluded from the package. It seems that this is very unnecessary to include in every single item. Maybe a few trees could have been saved in that way. Also, let's see here, quick start guide. Well, I suppose that could be nice to get started. What's in the box? We have the microphone, USB power cable. It says USB A, USB C on the image, and a warranty card. Yes, we saw that one. Let's inspect this further. So we have a ring LED, so we can see mute, unmute, and volume indicator. We have a rotary joint, so we can rotate the microphone. We have a volume knob, mic mute, unmute, plus headphone mic volume. Okay. USB-C port and 3.5mm headset port. Okay, fair enough. Let's see on this side then. So we can have a headset for audio, I suppose, and throughput, and 3.5 or 2.5mm, but is not included, which is a shame. I'd rather see an included audio cable, oops, instead of included paperwork like this. And then we have 3.5mm on the microphone end, the USB-C lead, PC, Mac, PlayStation 10 and Switch. For best performance, use the original cable. Third-party cables may not work with all models of said devices. But also we have USB-C, I suppose, here. PC, mobile, laptop, Nintendo Switch. USB-C to USB-C cable is not included by pack. Connectivity with USB-C may not work with all models of said devices. So, my first impression is that very few things are included, apart from the microphone and the standard USB cable. And considering that USB cables are digital in their nature, I wonder why not all cables should work with all devices. Yeah, of course, if you maybe have a very poorly designed cable, in some sense, maybe yes, but I would like to see a USB-C to USB-C cable at least. If you buy a streaming microphone, you want the complete solution. Of course, you might already have a lot of USB-C cables, but considering they say that you should use the supplied original cable and third-party USB cables may not work, then maybe they should include an original JBL USB-C to USB-C cable. That would have been nice. Alright, that was that rant. First time setup on PC. Connect microphone to your PC via USB connection. Go to sound settings, sound control panel. Under playback, highlight JBL QuantumStream Talk and select set default, default device, and so on. By default, all sounds will be played through a JBL QuantumStream Talk microphone and heard through a headphone connected to it. To hear sound from the PC directly, select the PC sound card as a default device. But what if you have USB headphones? I would like to have been able to connect. If there was a second USB port for the headphone, so I could connect a USB headset to the microphone base. But okay, I mean, fair enough. Under recording, highlight JBL QuantumStream Talk and select set default device. Follow the on-screen instructions to personalize your sound settings. Yes, this image isn't very detailed, but okay. On Mac, I suppose it's pretty similar. I don't own any Mac, so I can't say if this is good or bad, but you have the instructions here and can pause if you like to. So, mute, unmute. You press the button here and it should mute, and the ring should turn red, and if you unmute it should be green. So if you don't like me going over the manual, you can maybe skip to a later part of this video and find the things that interest you more. But let's just go through the quick start guide and see what it actually tells us, and then we can compare if it actually works as intended in real life. Headphone volume or microphone gain. So if we simply turn the knob left or right, then we adjust the volume level of the headphones and the sound that we hear in there. If we push the button for more than 3 seconds and then turn the knob, then we adjust the microphone gain, the recording volume if you like. But then what? How do you go back to, is there some timer that if you wait and don't touch it anymore for 3 seconds, it goes back to controlling the headphones? It doesn't say. Power required 5 volt, 500 milliamps. For a mobile phone, I suppose that's pretty substantial power draw. So it's 2.5 watts. I suppose it depends maybe on the microphone gain and things that you choose, but okay. And then we have some other specifications here, sample rate, bit rate, yeah, signal to noise, frequency response 20 to 20 kilohertz on the headphone amplifier. So yeah, okay. And then the rest of the quick start guide is just, yeah, some information in different languages, maybe condensed a bit. Yes, okay, fair enough. That was the quick start guide and all the paperwork that was included. So let's have a look inside again. So we do get a USB lead, and this is plasticky paper, and indeed it's a USB type A and USB type C. How long is this lead? Let me just... Yeah, I think it's about 2 meters, so that's okay. And it's a nice lead, so it seems to be of pretty high quality, at least. If we continue in here, we'll have sort of a flap. Nothing more in the box, so let's put it aside. Have some sort of locking mechanism here. Maybe we should unlock it. And this can be put aside as well. And we actually have paper, not plastic, which is pretty nice. Single-use paper instead of single-use plastic. I'm not the environmental expert on that question, but paper should dissolve in nature faster than plastic, I suppose, or if you burn it, it's not as harmful maybe as plastic. Paper disc. Okay, let's put that single-use paper aside. And here is the entire beauty. Okay. What are the first impressions then? Well, it's not too light or too heavy. It feels pretty well balanced. The base is pretty large, so it shouldn't tip over even if you accidentally hit it when you move about. So if I hit it like that, it doesn't fall, and it self-centers. That is a good design, I think, and they have thought of that clearly. We have this is actually just a sticker, I see. The mute button, microphone mute button, it has a little flap here. So if you take it away, then there is nothing on the button itself. I wonder why the button does not have anything printed on it by default. Is it to make it look clean? I mean, they have the logo here, the JBL, but they couldn't place in the same manner a microphone mute logo. That's interesting, or they think that you don't want it. Yeah, I don't know the decision making behind that, or if it was a mistake, or if it's... But it seems a bit odd. The a paper, a bit of paper here doesn't look too stylish with a flap and stuff, if it's supposed to be there. And if it's not supposed to be there, if you have read the quick start guide, then it feels like, why do you need a sticker? It only has one function basically. Of course, if you press and hold, yeah, then you do not mute the microphone. Instead you go into the microphone gain mode, but that is not conveyed by this symbol here either. So a very odd choice, I would say. Either it's sort of an after construction, they missed to, they didn't, I don't know, it's strange. But you decide, I just convey what I see, look and feel here. So what else do we have? Well, as far as style goes, let's just discuss that a moment. We can see that this is made of aluminum, I think. It's metal, it's cold. The base seems to be plastic, I think, yeah. But it has some weight to it. And we have some sort of a foam base here, so it should sit pretty sturdily without moving about too easily, sliding around. All that is good. The cable here that goes between the base and the microphone itself, interestingly enough, it's not connected through the joint, but it actually comes out of the base and into the microphone, so I suppose it gives a decent amount of slack to allow you to adjust this in most directions as you please. And also that cable is of the same styling as the included USB lead with the orange and black patterns. The microphone itself, yeah, it's pretty stylish. We have some holes here and some holes here. And then here on the back side, let's see here, we do have the USB-C connection and a 3.5mm connection here. Alright, so that was basically the unboxing and having a look at what's inside. Now let's try to compare it. So right now I'm talking into my lavalier Boya microphone connected to my smartphone. Maybe I should just right off the bat just connect this one to my phone and we shall compare. So let's do that. Yeah, but before we do that, let's actually take some measurements here and check the weight of it. So I measured the supplied USB cable using this one, and yeah, it was pretty much 2 meters long. So let's do a weigh-in and see what kind of figures we get. So 146 grams, and that would be, let's see here, 5.1 ounces. So now we know, and that's not including the USB cable. So let me remove that. Let's take some measurements. So first of all, the diameter of the base is, let's see here, about 10 centimeters. That would be maybe 4 inches or so, I suppose, around there somewhere. And the height, so if I place it sort of straight like this, so let's see here, the base itself is about 1.5 centimeters, and then we also have the height of the actual microphone boom here, which is, so including everything, it's about 17.5 plus 1.5, so 19 centimeters in total, and then we have a length of 10.5 centimeters. Now we should be better focused. 10.5 centimeters. Yeah. So those are the measurements. Great. Now let's just plug it in, right? So this is a test of with the JBL Quantum Talk microphone connected. I started to record a previous video clip, but for some reason, maybe the microphone itself made the camera app crash and nothing was saved, no video. So let's see if this time it works better. One thing I noticed was that as I turned the knob here, it started to take photos when I'm in the camera app on my phone. However, when I went into the camera app after connecting the microphone, in part, first of all, this one turned green. I don't know how visible it is green right now, but it doesn't seem to be as green on the screen on my phone as I'm watching it now than it's in real life, so it's much more greener. I'm currently about 20 centimeters away from the microphone, speaking into it. So let's see how that sounds. I haven't heard myself yet. 20 centimeters, I suppose that's about 8 inches maybe, something like that. It should have a pop filter, it says, so let's try to hit this and see how that sounds. So be prepared in case you're wearing headphones or have the volume set high. I will hit it now. Yeah, let's see how that sounds. I found a generic sort of braided USB-C to USB-C cable that came with some charger. Since it wasn't included, only a USB type A to type C was included, and I'm currently on my phone, so I needed a USB-C to USB-C. Yeah. So let's see if the muting works. I will press the mute button briefly, and I will count to 10, and we'll see if some numbers disappear as I'm counting. So 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so ideally a few of the numbers were not registered. Also, I should be able to adjust the gain. If I press this a bit longer and then turn the knob, it should theoretically adjust the microphone gain. So let me try to increase the gain maybe. So I'll press this one. Alright, we should be back, and I'm speaking with in the same volume. Let's see if it makes any difference. Alright, well, that's a first test at least. If it works, at least it works to record on your phone, so let's hope it works. Yeah, now another thing is, as I mentioned, I do have quite a few fans working in this room from UPS and computers and stuff like that. So there's a bit of background noise. Now, it will be very interesting to compare the noise, how it's picked up. It's supposed to have noise suppression. So yeah, have a quick listen to the background noise, and we can compare it with the noise from when using the external lavalier microphone that I was using previously before connecting this microphone, the JBL microphone, and also can compare it to the microphone of the built-in microphone of my phone. So okay, this is what I sound like, and let's have a quick listen to the background fan noise in this room. Okay, so I shall now disconnect this external microphone, and I will let I will connect the Boya microphone, the small one, this one instead. So let's do that. Alright, so I have now disconnected the JBL Quantum Talk, and now I have the lavalier microphone, the Boya M3, I believe it's called, something like that, which I'm pretty used to using now, since I have been utilizing it for the overclocking videos lately on the GTX 960. If you haven't seen those videos, then please do go and have a look. And you can compare the sound as well between this one and the small Boya microphone. Okay, so let's have a quick listen to what the background noise sounds like on the Boya microphone. So let's give it a few seconds. Okay, so let's try to see any differences, but before we do that, allow me to also just use the internal microphone of my phone, and we will compare. And I'm back, now using the built-in microphone of my phone, and currently I'm using my work phone, which is the ASUS ROG 6D Ultimate, and so I have this one is disconnected, and so is this one is disconnected, so I'm currently on the built-in microphone. Let's give it a few seconds and we can have a listen to what the background noise, fan noise sounds like. Yeah, and I suppose that also my voice changes a bit. Yeah, very interesting to compare what everything sounds like. The reason why I use my work phone was because yeah, the Xiaomi Note 10 Pro, its battery was drained, and I didn't have a time to wait for it to recharge, and I only have one USB port on it, so I can't I have no adapter to both connect an external one and charging at the same time, although I'm looking into getting one. However, the point being is that basically, what is the difference between using a built-in microphone versus of the phone and versus the one I used, the small one, which I place on my shirt, and using this one. So let's try to compare what we heard and discuss it a bit. Yeah, and while we're at it, let's also try the Xiaomi Note 10 Pro microphone, the built-in one. So the battery was drained, but I charged it a little bit, and since I'm using the built-in microphone now, I can have the charger plugged in. So this is what I sound like on the Xiaomi Note 10 Pro. The phone is placed at the same place that I had this one, and both phones had their microphone turned towards the source of fan noise, basically, we can say. And I should also say that when using the lavalier, the small little Boya microphone, this one, then I had it a lot closer to me physically, because it's meant to be fastened to your shirt or something like that. So the sound level might be higher because of that. Yeah. But let's do a comparison and basically see what we can, if we can tell any differences. So let's do that. So let's draw some conclusions and sort of wrap up the part 1 of this review, which will be a couple of parts, I believe. 2, maybe more, but at least 2 parts. So yeah, I'm now wondering what is the difference between this microphone and the other ones. And while editing the video, I of course listened to the different sounds and that were produced by the different microphones. My first reaction to the JBL QuantumStream Talk was that it didn't really pick up too much of the low frequencies in the bass, so to speak. So the sound becomes pretty flat, if you will. That is, of course, not necessarily a bad thing, because it filters sort of, so to speak, it filters out any humming and from fans, for instance, and makes speech clearer, I suppose. On the other hand, the sound, as a consequence of that, might feel a bit empty or hollow in some scenarios, maybe, when comparing to other microphones, but there's nothing inherently wrong with the sound profile itself. It just feels flat and hollow when comparing to the other microphones we had. So, for instance, comparing to the Boya microphone, the small lavalier microphone, that one, first of all, picked up quite a bit more noise, both from fans and from speech. Of course, that microphone sits on my shirt, and it's pretty close to me when I speak. But the difference is huge, especially in the low frequency range, and the sound becomes more well-rounded, I would say, even though it's maybe a bit on the high side on picking up those frequencies, because you get a lot of humming and from the fans, and the voice becomes maybe perhaps less clear because of the low frequency pickup to that extent. So right now I'm sitting about maybe 15 centimeters away from the JBL microphone and recording with this. So I noticed that the sound level, just the pure volume, even with the microphone set to its highest pickup level, the highest microphone gain is a lot, the volume is a lot lower than on the other types of microphones that we had. So yeah, that's interesting. But also, when comparing to the mobile phones and their integrated microphones, I would say that the quality on the ASUS ROG 60 Ultimate was good. It was somewhere in between the JBL and the Boya in terms of picking up the different frequency ranges. I didn't use any equalizer app or anything like that for recording. It just out of the box recording in the standard camera app on the phones. The surprise was actually the Xiaomi Note 10 Pro, which I believe picked up the most, I don't know if it was the most accurate, but at least the sound had a lot less fan noise. So in that regard, it was pretty good, actually, I think. Not too much background humming and fan noise. With that said, I believe that this microphone, the JBL Quantum Stream Talk, does have some settings, an equalizer maybe, and some other settings that we can try, because there is an application for a computer when you plug it in there, and I believe we shall try that out in part 2. So that will be very interesting. We'll connect the JBL Quantum Stream Talk to my main PC, and we shall see what happens if we can install the application from JBL, and also do the Windows settings in Windows to make it the default device and stuff like that, and see what happens basically, and what we can alter in terms of the settings for the microphone from the JBL app. Yeah, let's do that, and this is perhaps this will wrap up part 1 then. and stay tuned, because very shortly I will upload a part 2. So make sure to subscribe and get the notifications if you do not want to miss that. Until then, have a nice day. See you in the next one. Bye bye.